Hello, beautiful friends. This is Erika here to do a special update for the upcoming new moon that is happening on Wednesday, March 6th, 2019. This is going to be a channeled message specifically for divine masculine and divine feminine and understanding what's manifesting, how to leverage the energies of this upcoming new moon. And this is a particularly interesting one, given all of the things that have just been going on. We just had the 333 portal yesterday. That's all about the Trinity and Christ consciousness coming in. So massive energy upgrades and lots of things coming in. And now we're following that immediately with a new moon. Now this is a new moon in Pisces, and this is a particularly interesting one because of some of the meanings behind the new moon in Pisces. This is a really beautiful new moon specific to soulmate unions, romance, practical magic, manifesting your dreams. What have you been working on for so long? And then how is it now going to manifest? So this is an ideal new moon for romance, which is why I felt called to do this reading today, to help you understand how to just navigate the energies and navigate the opportunities that are being brought from the planetary alignments and everything. And as you guys know, I'm not an astrologer. But if you want more specifics on the new moon and the specific energies and how they impact your life, I highly recommend going to check out Molly McCord's YouTube channel. And she's done a video specific to this new moon. So if you want to go more in depth, definitely go check that out. She's amazing. She's an intuitive astrologer and she uses astrology as a tool. But she's very much a channeler and gets incredible guidance from spirit while she does those videos. So definitely, if you want to go more in depth on the astrology, please do. But in general, this is just I was just looking up online a few things before I started this video, and I loved what one article said. Is this particular new moon, the tarot card that is like best represented by this particular new moon energy is the Nine of Cups. Now where is that? I'm going to show you guys. So the Nine of Cups, this is wishes coming true. This is happiness. This is wish fulfillment. Of course, I should have probably pulled it out before I started recording, but I didn't know I was going to mention that. So here we go. Nine of Cups. This is the embodiment of the energy of this particular new moon. So emotional fulfillment, emotional happiness. It is a new moon in Pisces, which is all about the feelings, the emotions. And this is about somebody that's done their work and they're in the process of appreciating all of what they've done, and they're reaping the rewards of their hard work. So not a bad card to have as a new moon energy, right? So with that, and I just jumped right in and I didn't even welcome you guys. I'm so like laser focused on getting this done because I feel like there's these messages just dying to come through. So I'm like, let's just get to it. But I do want to welcome all of you guys that are here for your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. If you're brand new, I'm so glad you found this. And just you guys know, even though I'm doing this now for the new moon, my readings are intended to be timeless. These messages are guided, and no matter when you come across this, you could come across it at another new moon. You could come across it not even at a new moon. But if the messages resonate for you and they feel like where you're at in your journey, that is Spirit's way of bringing you the message when you're intended to hear it. Okay, so so with that, I think that's pretty much it. And also, really quickly too, thank you guys for the comments and feedback you keep giving me on the extended readings. The emails I get, the comments on the channel about how those extended readings have been like almost getting private readings specific to you. I really appreciate you sharing that because it just warms my heart that I can reach so many more people through those extendeds than I can because I am closed to private readings at this time. I am available for healing sessions, energy healing sessions, and those are available through my website. And the information is going to be linked below about how to schedule one of those if that's something you are drawn to. So with that, let's get a look at what is going on for the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. We're going to look at what is currently manifesting, what is in the process of starting to manifest for both Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. What is currently, like, what do they each need to let go of? Like, what do they need to release with these energies of this new moon? And then what energies are also supporting them with this new moon? So we're going to get a sense of what's happening here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card first as like a card for each the masculine and the feminine, and see what's coming through for each of them. And then we'll get into more specifics. So let's get one for each of their overall energies. So let's pull one first for the Divine Masculine. And also, guys, if you haven't seen the last video I did where we talk about how to just stay in your light, I highly recommend doing that. There is a reading in that video, an energy update reading. I didn't really make that clear in the title, but there is one, and it's kind of like a 2-for-1 kind of a video because I cover 2 different topics. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. Getting a lot of great feedback on that. So let's get one for the masculine here. And he's getting authentic truth. This new moon and this portal is bringing everything to the light. Bringing everything to his authenticity. Who is he? Who is he here to be? Who is he here to embody? What is he here to create? This is a beautiful energy for him coming to his authentic truth about his feminine, his divine feminine. You know, this is an energy of soulmate unions, putting the hard work in and having the rewards come from all of that perseverance and that hard work. So he's really stepping into who he is and living, not only just knowing who he is, but living his authentic truth. It's one thing to know it, but it's another to live it. That's how you are authentic, is by living what you are. Not trying to be somebody you're not trying to be somebody that other people expect you to be. So he's really stepping into his authentic truth at this time. That's a beautiful energy for him. Because a lot of the recent messages have been where he's really come more into his feminine energy. Because again, we all embody masculine and feminine energies, regardless of our gender. And a lot of divine masculines have been shut off from their feminine energy, their emotional bodies, and they're really coming more into who they are, which is balanced masculine energy and feminine energy, and knowing when to be in either energy in whatever situation. So let's see where the feminine is right now, the divine feminine, the sacred feminine collective. And she's getting grounding. So this is an energy where this is again so consistent with what's been coming through, but what she's in the process of doing is grounding her light and her truth into the physical plane here. Grounding the connection, grounding the relationship, taking the relationship that's already together in union in the higher dimensions and landing it here in the physical plane. She's got the knowledge of how to do this, and this is her role right now. The feminine has been standing strong. Remember, there were a few videos ago that I did where they gave me this image of this massive wave and this storm in the ocean, and the feminine being like in the ocean trying to stay steady, and the masculine hanging on to her because she's caught up in the storm too, but she's the one who's like, okay, we just got to go through this. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. That's the energy she's in, and now she's past the emotional storm. But what she's doing right now is she's in the process of grounding that connection, staying steady, not letting, I'm getting the feeling of like, of your roots being really deep into the earth, so that if wind comes this way or there's a storm, you're not going to topple over. That's where the feminine is at right now, because you can see the roots of this tree going deeply into the earth. So that's the role the feminines are at right now. Let's see what is going on with the masculines in this energy of authentic truth. And now this is the Wild Unknown Tarot that I'm using for the masculine. So let's see, I'm not going to read reversals unless I'm getting guided to. I'm an intuitive reader. So if you're a by the book tarot reader, you're gonna, I would suggest, if you are a tarot reader and you know the cards and you get a different message than what I'm saying for you, my video still is a way for you to get the message delivered to you. So if I give an interpretation, again being a general reading, but you get a different interpretation because of the cards that are coming up and you know what they mean for you, take what you're getting, okay? Because that's, again, I am just a vehicle through which Spirit brings messages in the way that you are intended to get them. So let's see what's going on with the masculine. Recent, past, current, and what's coming in. So for the recent past here, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Current energy, we are getting the Seven of Cups. And what's coming in here is this Five of Cups energy. So he's been really hard at work. He could be very focused on his material wealth, his material security, his job, his career, where he's going. This also can be that he's been hard at work on himself. Okay, he's been really understanding that, you know, in order for him to grow, in order for him to get to the next level in his life, he's got to put some more work in terms of the stuff that's not been easy. You know, he could be working hard in his life on, you know, the things he's supposed to work hard on, but this is the stuff that's the tough stuff. The stuff that, like, a lot of people, when they start on a growth path, they don't really want to deal with because it's kind of painful and challenging, and some people are like, oh my God, like, this is a lot. But it does feel like he's been very diligent about trudging through some of those difficult lessons that he's been feeling, he's been experiencing. So he has been hard at work. He is in a place right now of really deciding and aligning with his authentic truth in terms of what he wants. What does he want from his life? What will bring him emotional fulfillment? You know, there may be all these different cups here. But what is going to bring him the most happiness? Things that maybe made him feel happy before aren't making him feel happy now. Because in this card here, you can see the moon is up at the top and the sun is at the bottom. And I'm just getting drawn to how one cup is facing down and the others are facing up. And the fact that his intuition is really pulling him right now. You know, he's not going for the shiny new object or the thing that all the glitters is not gold. The things that maybe he thought like were in the light before, things that were in front of him before, but it's like his intuition. These 6 cups out of the 7 are all getting pulled towards this moon, which is all about illusions coming to light. It's all about intuition. So it just feels like what's driving the masculine right now is his intuition. And this is not surprising given that this is a new moon in Pisces, which is representative of the cups of water energy. So I'm not surprised that this is coming in for him right now. What I am a little surprised at here is this 5 of Cups energy of what's coming in, which is a card representing sadness around events of the past, having regrets. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because when you're doing the work on the hard stuff and your intuition is leading you and you're exposing your fears and your vulnerabilities, it can also bring up where you've made mistakes in the past. So, you know, be gentle with you, Divine Masculine. But it's okay, because there are, in the traditional tarot with the Five of Cups, there are 3 cups that are spilled, but there are 2 still standing. And so this is a card about changing your perception, shifting your focus away from the past and looking towards the future. So I actually am going to pull another card here on this Five of Cups, because I feel like it's more about moving past this and starting to see the bigger picture of why certain events had to happen the way that they did and why we maybe made the mistakes that we've made. But let's see why this Five of Cups is here. Can you clarify this Five of Cups, please? Yeah, and that's exactly what I was saying, the Temperance card. So he's integrating the spiritual lessons that he's been working on. He's in the process of the alchemy, the transformation of his life, and of the way that he shows up so that he can be into his authenticity. So that is what is happening. It's less about he's having new sadness come in. It's more about shifting the focus into what is still here. What can I do with what's here? I can't change the past, but what I can change is what I have here in the present. So this is part of what he's learning. It's like he's moving away from the fears of, oh, I've kind of blown it, or I may have messed things up beyond repair. But in reality, it's not beyond repair, because there's still 2 cups still standing. And those cups that spilled probably needed to spill in order to come to this new light, to be able to make this transform. All right. All right, let's see what's going on, excuse me, with the Divine Feminine. And this is the Wheel of the Year Tarot. Years and years ago, I had a reading done by somebody, and she used this deck, and I remember falling in love with it because it was just so beautiful. The images were so beautiful. This is my first time using it here on a video with you guys, but I have fond memories from this deck. Let's just say that. It was very, very pivotal reading that was done for me. So, God, this was years ago before I was even doing this kind of work. But anyhow, okay, so what we have here is this 7 of Swords jumping out. So the 7 of Swords is a card about being honest with, there's a number of meanings here. Exactly what's happening here. There is another person here who is, in this deck, it's not an accident that I use this deck. This is a bit of a temptress, okay? So this is this beautiful, happy couple here. And she is being a little sneaky. She's got ulterior motives. She has, she's got her eye on him. And this woman is super content. He's very content with her, but like she's got this look of, I'm going to see what I can do to disrupt this. So this feels very much like a reminder about the messages that came through in the previous video I did, just about staying in your light and not letting negative energies impact anything, because these people are happy. It doesn't matter that she's here. It doesn't matter that she's got her eye over here trying to disrupt this happiness. So Divine Feminines there, just be aware of, again, things being either just negative energies. Just be aware of that. That felt like why they were bringing that out, because it's up to the feminine is the one who's going to, a lot of times the shadow side, the negative energies try to get at the feminine through the masculine. So the masculine's doing something. It's like the feminine can be strong, but when it comes to her masculine, that's where she may be most vulnerable. So this is a reminder for you feminines to stay strong and to stay in your light and to stay in your own truth, okay? So let's see what's going on with her. I'm going to pull recent, past, current, and what's coming in. So recent past, we're getting the World. Current energy is the Three of Cups. And what's coming in here is the Knight of Swords. So the recent past here, this is about contentment, enlightenment, joy, having everything kind of complete and settled and in this really good place. It's the closing of a chapter. It's the closing of a chapter of her life where, you know, she's come out this beautiful, beautiful goddess where she knows that she's at the brink of the next chapter of her life. We have a lot of things happening in the dynamic here that are bringing them together, bringing them towards union. I tend to be doing readings for those that are on the cusp here. So this is not a surprise. And current energy is the Three of Cups. Now in this deck, this is a card around celebration, celebrating something. It's like in this deck, it's this little, what is it? It's a bird of some kind, but there's a bird here that's hatched and they're celebrating this birth, a birth of a new life. So when we're getting the World plus the birthing of something that's worthy and cause of celebration, this is where she's at. This is what she's grounding. She's grounding this relationship in the physical plane. And what's coming in here is the Knight of Swords. So this is some sort of communication. Something coming in, communication, some clarity. Somebody who's taking action from clarity. So it does feel like the Divine Feminine senses this shift in her masculine. She senses that this is a very pivotal time. She senses that things are changing in the physical plane. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Let's see what is manifesting, what is starting to manifest here for each of them. So like what is starting to manifest? And I'm going to pull a card for what's a little further out in the manifestation. So like what's coming in now and then what's coming in later. First for the masculine. What's starting to manifest here as we get the Three of Pentacles. So this is about someone who's wanting to work together as a team, you know, have equal give and take, equal balance in the relationship. He could be really hard at work. Because again, being a general reading, there's a few scenarios coming through, but he's been hard at work. Again, potentially on his career, also on himself, but this is also indicative of, you know, the 3. We just had the 333 portal yesterday. So something is starting to manifest through that energy. But this is about being recognized as being a team player. Like he wants to be... It's like I'm just getting this image of, like we can help lift each other up. Yes, I might make some mistakes and then I'm going to make it up to you. And then like we work together as a team. If there's a problem, let's fix it. If there's something that isn't working, let's work towards a solution. So this is very much the energy that's starting to happen. So that he could be finding some solutions in his life. He could be getting a mentor. Going to therapy, a few different things here that could be coming in. Like what's a little further out, but starting to manifest. And we're getting the King of Pentacles. So he's getting a lot of pentacles, which is definitely could be financial stability, career, but Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the feminine is helping to ground it so that he can be in this King of Pentacles energy, which is someone who has the Midas touch. They have everything figured out. They've got their career, they've got their family, they're kind, they're powerful, and they're well liked, they're respected. So this is really interesting because this is what's going to kind of manifest in the next cycle, or what's being brought in. And we're seeing the progression from the Three of Pentacles to the Father of Pentacles. It really feels like the feminine, through this grounding and through her staying steady in her light, is what is helping to bring him into this energy. Again, real time things happening through my readings where it's like a back and forth. Let's see for the feminine, what is manifesting now, and then what's going to be manifesting a little bit down the road. Let's see the progression of manifestation happening here. So for now, we're getting the Two of Cups, partnership, soulmates. Like I said, that's how I started this video, understanding what this new moon is about, soulmate unions. So this is what's starting to manifest. There may be glimpses, there may be little signs of this happening. So this is what's starting to happen here. Let's see what's coming in down the road here. So what's in the process of starting to manifest. And we're getting the Nine of Wands. The Harvest, not giving up. So what I'm feeling from this is that there may be some things starting to happen with the union. There could be some little things starting to happen, but also they may not happen all at once. They're probably going to happen in stages. There might be some back and forth happening, kind of coming together, then pulling apart a little bit, coming together, pulling apart, a little bit of the yo-yo back and forth potentially, because the energies are super intense. And you know, the intentions could be there to come together. The masculine could approach the feminine, and then he freaks out, or he ghosts, or he does something. And it's again, because there's still a little bit more to do before they can come together. So what I'm getting from this is that there may be some signs or some forward movement in your partnership or in your friendship that starts shifting. And what's coming in here is just to make sure that you stay steady and you don't give up, you know, because this is the card that's in the fall, which is all about the harvest. And the Nine of Wands is about standing your ground and having confidence and not giving up. So, all right, let's see what is currently hindering the growth of the masculine right now. Like, what is he being challenged with in his growth? Like, what's preventing him in his growth right now? And we're getting the Ten of Cups. I love this card. It's just like pulling me in. It's very much his total belief in having this emotional fulfillment. It's like, you know, when you just discover the most amazing thing you never really knew existed, and it's within reach. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, but what if it doesn't happen? What if I just, like, it's like I can't unsee it. I can't unknow it. I can't unfeel this. But what if this doesn't actually happen? What if I mess this up? What if I don't do it the right way? So he is being a little bit, but it's interesting because it's like, I feel like it's an energy that is actually supporting him. It's pulling him. But again, it could be why he's needing like a little bit of support here to move into his assuredness. And let's see what's supporting him. Oh, we get the Sun. Yes, like I said, I felt like this was also an energy that was supporting him, not hindering him in any way. And then here comes like the Mac Daddy of the happy cards in the tarot, right? We go from the Ten of Cups to the Sun. So exactly what I was feeling. Yes, he has a little bit of a challenge believing that he can have the emotional fulfillment, everything beautiful in his life. But the Sun energy, the major arcana card, is what is supporting him through this. So Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful for the masculine there. It's funny because as I was feeling this, I'm like, this isn't feeling like a hindrance to me, but that's why they showed it in this way. Spirit sometimes has their own way of letting the messages come through. All right, let's see here for the feminine. Let's see what she's currently potentially hindering her growth, or what's in, like, not an obstacle, but what is she being challenged with? And we're getting the 10 of Wands. So definitely feeling like, and it makes sense, if she's the one who's holding the light and being grounding and like having to really get her roots into the ground so that she doesn't bend from a storm, it makes sense that the 10 of Wands would be her challenged card, because this is about shouldering the responsibility. This is about being responsible, doing the work, being a little overwhelmed by the work at times. And I'll tell you, the feminines, I know the masculines have been going through stuff, but the feminines, it's been like, what's the word? It's escaping me. It's like all hands on deck for the feminine. So understandable that she's feeling that. But let's see what energies, what's supporting her growth. Well, this one wants to come out. And we're getting the 4 of Cups. So what I'm feeling from this, this is a card of trusting in the opportunity being given by the divine, trusting that there is this cup being offered. You know it's there. You might not see it there, but you sense it's there. See how there's 4 cups here on the windowsill, and she's looking up at the sky because she's like, I know there's another cup here. I know there's more. So what this is saying is, for the feminine, regardless of the storm outside, remember I brought it up with this one, regardless if there's a storm outside, you're good. You're good. You are trusting in the opportunity that's being given to you, despite what it looks like on the outside, despite what the focus is here. I'm actually going to pull a message. Now I'm going to go where I originally went, the romance angels. Okay. I'm going to pull a message about what this new moon will help with manifesting here. And we're getting pay attention to the red flags. Now this is an interesting card because for me, this card always indicates somebody keeping an eye out for the red flags, looking for the boogeyman around the corner. The signs are cautioning you. So this is a card that is coming up again, referring to the last video that I did, which is about where in your life are things not aligning, okay? And this is where negative energies can come in, and again, they're not to be afraid of. They're to be, it's not to be flippant about it, but it's about having an awareness and turning on the light, okay? So this is the continuation of what is manifesting, is that it's just, again, it's a continuation of the message where there are things that will be showing up. It's going to be like little hiccups here, little hiccups there, sometimes bigger hiccups, but just know to stay in your light, okay? It's starting to manifest now more and more. And let's see what else is manifesting here. Some of you may be still apart. This can be, what I'm getting from this this is the message. If you are still in separation from your soulmate, there's a reason. And there's a reason. There's a reason that it's not quite time yet. Okay? So it's also, this feels like a message that's come in from left field, right? This feels like it's coming in as a little test to make sure that you know that if there are little things, if there are things that come up, and if you are in separation, to not let that get the best of you, okay? Because remember, the divine feminine, stand true, stay to your truth. Look at this. We have the completion, the celebration, communication coming in. We have this partnership manifesting, okay? And then we have don't give up. So again, being a general reading, this could just be for a few of you, but what this really just feels like, and I'm even going to get a third card just to get a final clarification, but it's feeling like it's very much the message on what I said earlier, where if the masculine's trying to make an approach, but then he backs away because his fears get the best of him, it's okay, like, not to let that get you. Because it's also a way for, on a soul level, the masculine to protect his feminine because he doesn't want to hurt her again. All right, that's a lot of cards that just flew out. Let's see what they're wanting to say. Soulmate, trust, romantic feelings, and let your friends help you. So here we go. Spirit just jumped in with 4 cards to reiterate the reason these quote-unquote scary cards just came in. Like I said, this is a bit of a test, right? If you've been watching this and you saw these and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, this is a way for you to immediately transmute those energies through this reading. They're saying trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. This is your soulmate. Your feelings are real and worth exploring, and ask for and accept support from others. This is coming in because this is about light workers, ascended beings, healers, people who are watching these types of videos, staying in support of each other. Again, coming back to that previous video that I did about the negative energies, really ramping it up a little bit right now. So here you go. I mean, can I tell you, with these romance angel cards, it is rare that they jump. These guys, I'm always having to pull them. They're not very energetically active. They're very much like, okay, I'm always like, are you going to give me a card? No. So they rarely jump. And you saw how those 4 just flew out. And I was like, I need to take those. They're wanting to tell a story about these 2. And here you go. So thank you, Spirit, for that. That was beautiful. So, authentic truth for the masculine, grounding the relationship for the feminine. So, if this feels like this has been tuning into your situation and the energies going on with you, I'm going to go and do the extended reading now. And what we're going to cover in that extended reading is we're going to get more into the union, what's happening and manifesting in between the 2. Because this is like what's going on for each of them, but then what is going on between the 2? What's happening in the union energies, recent energies, current, what's coming in, and what's the overlap. We're going to get into guidance for each of them, where they are in their headspace and their heart space relating to the other, and what they really want the other one to know. But we're really going to take a look more at the union, how this new moon will impact their union and their relationship. And like I said, we're going to be getting into guidance for both the masculine and the feminine in the extended reading. So how to navigate these energies, what to do, how to make sure to stay in your light and in your truth during whatever happens on the outside. So with that, if you guys want to join me over there, the link for the extended is down below. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have a wonderful new moon. This is you do have to share with us what has happened for you, because this feels like a good one. Until next time, guys. Bye.